right. Well, on that word, let's do this.
Oh, we're starting?
Yeah, this is the first time we're gonna try all three of us.
So
this is
scared.
gonna be a train wreck. I'm here with Alex and Sean. Usually, Sean and I had probably the best conversation that will never be heard.
We did because of technology. You can hear my voice twice, and it's annoying.
You and I, we tried so hard, and we had
it. It wasn't great. It was an hour-long, in-depth conversation of
What was it
actual
about?
things.
like
when did
just
this happen?
things surrounding the
When
sports.
you weren't here, Alex, most good things happen.
Wow.
I think you were up. Yeah, you were up front, so we definitely took full advantage of you not being here.
Okay, I can leave.
All right. So what's the name of our podcast?
The NSFW podcast.
We need a you know what? We definitely need a name though.
All right.
We definitely need a name though. Maybe I wish we could. I hope people listen and we can make it up to them. They can vote on something or just come up with one.
If they listen, we will have to. Make
Don't
it
give
up
the
to
power to
them.
the people.
I want to give the power.
No.
Why? What are you, a dictator?
Yeah, I am.
You're a tyrant.
I am a tyrant.
That's why we don't like the way he runs.
At least there's a record of Alex typing while he's not doing work while we're trying
I
to
am
podcast.
typing hard
This
work.
is true.
Like you're gonna be able to hear the clicks.
Oh yeah, that's all we're gonna hear.
This
Well,
podcast is brought to you by Sporkle.
This is just
Sporkle.
me
Oh.
doing these things.
what if Sporkle could sponsor?
Please
Obviously
sponsor
David
us.
Adams sponsors our podcast, but what if Sporkle did
Nobody
too?
Does. It's an unsponsored. We're the ECW podcast.
Yeah, we are.
You're darn right. We are the redheaded stepchild of the podcast. Nothing against redheaded people. I enjoy them.
Well, we've started out swimmingly. We've lost half of our audience.
Swimmingly. The
There was
numbers
Zero,
There's
it
no
doesn't matter.
audience.
So.
There is no audience.
the numbers are going crashing, but I'm not going to say if it's through the roof or through the floor.
Yeah, that's fine. So what do you got for us, leader?
So I'm
You're
gonna
in charge.
I'm gonna lead this week with instead of talking about something that happened 2 weeks ago, we had something that happened last night that is fresh that we can actually talk about. We were at the store again.
That's right, we were.
Well,
I was there.
you were there for a little bit.
I left it in good hands.
Thank you. I'm glad you put
You're
so much
welcome.
trust in
Yeah,
me.
I didn't say two sets of hands. I said one.
Yeah,
set
we
of
can't
hands.
trust Troy. You know, he breaks monitor screens and whatnot.
But then I got you a really.
You
I
made
feel
it
like we upgraded actually. To be honest, in size,
Maybe.
it's like buying a new TV. we went from 32 inches to like a 50-inch TV.
We went from 32 to 33 and a half. But that's all right.
But it's whatever. But yeah, we coincided with actually we set up there, and last night Jason Pominville and Jack Eichel happened to be there, and they were doing a signing.
They were there because of us. Let's not lie.
Well,
We
yeah,
were there, and they ended up coming and piggyback offing us.
a lot of people were coming to see me to get my autographs, old customers.
Actually, I heard you were. That was one of the first things that Alex said when he came in. How everybody knew you.
That's what happens when you worked 4 years in retail here. You start to build a relationship with the customer.
So this is definitely something that we're gonna try to do more of, though. Going to the big store. That's the plan, correct, Troy?
Yeah, we're definitely hoping so. I know there are some more autograph signings coming up, and we're just hoping that we can tag along and, everybody's having fun with the signing, but hopefully we can get in on some of the fun. It was a blast last night. We had some personal breaks. We were live on Facebook. People were coming up to us asking what's going on. We had some breaks, some group breaks from the store. Honestly, all around just fun night. Like Alex and I thought have fun because him and I actually.
I had fun.
Yeah, we shot the breeze a little bit.
Honestly, going forward, we can talk about it here. I think we definitely want to have 2 setups. Our goal would be, for anyone that's paying attention or listening, we're looking to be able to do some breaks from the store, but also from the warehouse, and do it at the same time.
Yeah.
So this is like a test run. So you definitely want to pay attention to our social media.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, follow us on Twitter, even Instagram sometimes. Usually Instagram, we put up the hits we get, but there obviously is also informational posts on there. Watch David Adams' Facebook, too.
Yeah, what is that? if somebody, so say I am following you on Facebook, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
To be able to watch when you go live at night, which hopefully we're going to do more group breaks and everything, just more on Facebook. But what would I need to do to make sure I know you're going live?
Yeah. So fairly simple. The Dave and Adams page, you gotta give it a thumbs up, and then once you're locked in there, just turn your notifications on. There are somewhere in there for the page settings where people can go to and kind of follow us and turn the notifications on. That way, every time we do go live, you'll get a little pop-up, whether it's on your phone or whether you're on the desktop version.
That'll work well for people that are in our group breaks because you'll get a notification.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you're following us, it'll tell you like, oh, on now, and then know that hey, I might be in this break. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely try to do a lot of Facebook heavy stuff. We will still be simulcasting on Breakers, but if you'd like to watch it via Facebook, you're definitely gonna wanna, get those notifications on, because like you said, if we have it a 7 o'clock start time for the Cup, or last night we had 7:30 we did Contours. We make sure that we write, hey, this is what's happening in the description, right, so and it'll pop up. So just like people watch and wait for us to come on the screen on Breakers, it's the same type of deal on Facebook.
That's cool.
But last night was actually pretty cool too. It ended up being we ended up coinciding with new release day, which there were it ran the gamut. I mean, almost all 4 sports had a new release. We had Immaculate Football, we had Luminaries Baseball, Series 1 Hockey, also the Archive Signature Postseason, which Alex, you and I, we did a couple personal breaks, and then Luminaries we did a couple group breaks. What did you think about the Luminaries?
What did I think about it?
What did you think of that cut you got?
That cut was cool. Sadaharu.
Yeah.
All about those cuts.
And for those who don't know, give a little idea of who Sadaharu is.
This is your chance to spread your wings and fly.
Fabilapedia.
Yeah, something like that. Just go with it.
Yeah,
Copyright.
well, Sadaharu was like the greatest Japanese baseball player of all time.
Of all the time?
I think so. I have no idea. I don't know the greatest players, but he's really good.
How good are they?
He has like almost 900 home runs.
That's pretty impressive.
900.
Well, that's pretty damn impressive.
I can't even do that.
That wasn't even in the group break, too. That ended up being somebody's personal order
that
put it through.
All that's fact.
Yeah, Luminaries was fun, though. We got a 5 of 5 Corey Seager auto, so that was cool with the jersey number. Pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid. And then Archives Signature Postseason is really fun. Alex and I definitely like that. Because you could just get those cats that...
I mean, you guys like it, but I don't want to toot my own horn. I opened up a case of it and got 5 1-of-1s.
And one who, unfortunately...
Unfortunately, we did get a... Well, unfortunately for the reason of why. We got Roy Holiday.
Yeah, we got a 1-of-1.
It's, it sucks as to the reason why that's so...
Right.
Means so much right now. We got him. We got a Smoltz, Glavin... Johnny Damon 101, and a Jim Tomei 101.
Yeah, there was. I took a look through it, because that was obviously you broke that before I got in here, and that was really cool. There was some good stuff. I like stuff like that though, where you're gonna get guys where you won't normally get them in like a.
The thing that they did different this year, and to focus on, they did 2 archives. They did a regular archives that had active players, and then they did the postseason archives, which had all retired players.
Right. Okay.
So it's kind of it makes it, if you're a buyer, it's pretty specific. There's no, if you like active players, you know what to get. If you like guys that are retired, you know what to get. You know what you're getting before you buy, in a sense.
The signatures though, the regular one, or excuse me, the postseason one, I should say. Did it have active players who have been playing for a while that have been in postseason, or is it literally just all retired guys?
On the box, on the box for the regular one, it says active players, and on the postseason, it says retired player edition.
Okay, all right. That explains who you get when you look in there. Then,
Immaculate.
Yeah,
I'd love to open Immaculate. We have a case break of it up. We haven't had any personal breaks. I love the number. There's a subset called numbers.
Okay.
Where you get like a piece of the number. Now they do player worn patches for all the rookies, but then there's game use stuff of stars.
Okay, like veterans.
And sometimes
and that.
though, I mean, you're gonna get some players who only have like a couple, or it's usually low numbered, except for like wide receivers and tight ends. If they're a higher number, it goes off the number, their jersey number.
Yeah,
they're usually multicolored. You'll get some really nice like dirty like grass stain patches and stuff like that. But
those are always sweet,
specifically because it's the majority of the card is a relic. If you're a fan of like a photo with a relic, not your kind of thing. For me, I like it just because it's a giant swash of relic.
Yeah, it's pretty much the whole. Yeah. It takes up the whole card basically. So. Yeah, I like that stuff, and I mean, despite the circumstances of Deshaun Watson and that, it's still a killer rookie class as of right now. A pretty solid rookie class.
And the thing is, you get the whole gamut. A lot of products now are rookie heavy, which is fine. But if you've ever listened to me break, you always hear me talk about old school.
Yeah.
I love the old school. I love getting guys that are retired, Hall of Famers.
And with Immaculate, it's like you said, it runs the gamut like that, right? You can. Yeah. You're gonna get stars and rookies.
Alex, remember this? I don't know if it was last year or the year before when Immaculate came out.
Yeah.
We were watching all the Bills players that had the RCW.
That was like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
RCW.
That was 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
Boy, time flies. But that, again, that's just stuff like that. You'll catch the Chiefs have the AFL logo, and they do patches with that, which gives some really sweet relics.
Yeah, those look really nice because in another product, I saw an idea of what you're talking about. I think it was a Kareem Hunt. Actually, and ended up being that AFL patch.
It would be nice,
Yeah.
If we could do some Immaculate.
I'd love to.
I know we're talking new releases, but one of the things we did the cuts football, and we pulled that George Halas cut. Which,
we did.
That did happen.
Usually when we pull cuts, it's we are not as fortunate to get those big names. It was kind of cool to get a low numbered cut. And the funny thing with that is that was a break that was sitting for a little while. Took a little while. It just slowly
chipped away at it.
What do you know? We pulled that, a Kareem Hunt, and a Deshaun Watson out of that case. So, I mean, I'm not saying that you should buy spots, but I'm saying that you should buy spots to get the breaks sold out. Prism's breaking, and that was a slow burn.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. I mean, sometimes you get into a break and it sells out right away. Some of these people have been waiting a few weeks. We appreciate when people wait because all it needs to do, it just starts to pick up a little bit. It hits that 10, and it goes below 10 spots, and then everyone's like, oh, well, I should probably get into this now. So,
right. It's kind of one of those things once it's past you see single digits, and then all of a sudden the panic mode goes in like, oh, I got to grab a spot.
Sold out, that's literally half the work is done.
Right.
But
literally.
I mean, so.
Yeah, and if you want to take a look at the Kareem Hunt or the Deshaun Watson or the George Halas, follow the Instagram. Like I said, we usually post the hits on there. So any of the cool stuff we get out of any sport or non-sport even.
It's interesting that you say that. To piggyback off that, actually, if you're watching this, you're watching a playback of a personal mixture that we did. And next to it, the big polls in the lounge, those are the pictures of the cards that are on our Instagram, some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just comes full circle.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Together.
Oh, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit. Some people, for whatever reason, think it's Christmas time already. And we've kind of gotten a jump on that as well.
It's holiday season. Right after.
Yes, you're right.
When Halloween's over, there's no other holiday that comes up that I can think of before Christmas. It's not like anybody celebrates
Thanksgiving.
I'm just kidding. I'm being sarcastic. Every store, it's literally Halloween, and then it's the sale before the sale.
Right.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, like you don't even
like if Christmas in July. Then you have August, and then you have September, and then it's, oh my gosh, it's almost going to be Christmas. And then it's, what's Thanksgiving? I want Christmas. Then it's Christmas. Then it's post-Christmas. And then
so basically,
it's only a couple months until it's Christmas in July, and then.
So you're trying to tell me that the whole year is basically based around Christmas.
if holidays were sports, Christmas is the NFL of sports. It's
What is that
almost a year
supposed to
round.
mean? Oh.
Think about it.
Well, yeah, it goes into.
I
I understand what you're saying.
The sports calendar is based off of what's happening with football. Let's figure out what else we're doing. Holiday season is how far are we away from Christmas, or how close are we to Christmas?
You're not wrong. You're
But
right.
It's the world we live in. Like my son, I'm gonna have to like teach him that like at one time there was like a day called Christmas, and we celebrated that.
There was a day. Now it's all year round.
Now there's 365 days. 3 of those days we don't talk about Christmas.
Which is Halloween.
Like the leap year.
The leap year,
Every
Halloween.
4th day,
Yeah.
Halloween, and then your birthday.
That's about it.
So everybody's birthday. I guess it's technically more than 4 days, but in his life, those are the 3 days that everything else is. Oh my gosh, we're only 200 days away from Christmas. There's Christmas music on my radio right now.
Please stop. I can't. So to me,
We talked about this. The countdown to Christmas. Freeform is having a countdown to the countdown of 25 days of Christmas. That's what we've gotten to.
You want us?
We're gonna count down the holidays to the holidays. Countdown to the holiday.
ABC Family would have never done that.
It's true.
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe.
That's why my allegiance rests with ABC Family.
Well, it's the same thing. I don't want to burst your bubble.
Debatable. It's debatable, but
Anyway, so
why
did we bring this up?
well, let me get my 2 cents in about this thing, and then we'll bring it around. But I understand where you're coming from with the holiday season, but to me, like, I can't stand it. To me, there is no reason that when it hits midnight on October 31st and goes into November 1st, there's no reason you should have these incredible Christmas displays and Christmas music playing already. Christmas season, when it is acceptable to start feeling this joy and cheer for Christmas, is like the day after Thanksgiving. Black Friday is when it starts for me.
Let me just say something though.
Do you have a take on this?
Actually, wait, Alex, what is your take?
Oh, you know what? I'm just. I don't know. I have no opinion on it. I'm just like used to it. I've just become numb to it. It's like, yeah, it's November. It's basically Christmas time. What am I gonna do?
Oh my God, the spirit of this podcast is just.
So listen,
going so down.
Well, you two are down in it. I'm the one jumping on this train of awesomeness, dude. This is what you gotta look at. I look at it like this: the more we preemptively celebrate the celebrating Christmas.
Oh my God, I've never heard somebody use "celebrate" that many times in a sentence.
You know how many sales there are? Like, I understand that you might not agree with like the displays and completely overlapping a holiday, but if you're into something, usually that means you're going to get better sales. You're going to get better deals, which is one thing that we're doing because we got holiday sales going on here at Dave and Adams. Okay, and we're going to be piggybacking off of that.
We're in the spirit early this year. We're definitely in the spirit early this year.
Better.
And we got those holiday deals.
Somewhere in this building, there is a hat that sings a Christmas song. There's also a video.
No, it's not. It's not in this. It's not in the building anymore.
There is a video of Alex wearing this.
Okay, there is a video.
Will get tweeted out. It did get tweeted out many times last year.
It's on Facebook too. I know where to find it.
I hit it.
No, you didn't. I'll just make sure because you know what? Even though Brian only comes around like a little bit every now and again, he will come back to share that. I guarantee. He may never buy a break again, and that's okay. As long as he comes back
doesn't
to
have it anymore.
That video, I will give
doesn't
him a
have
free
it.
pass.
I want to.
Only him will I give a free pass to.
I want to see the kissing booth picture resurface too.
We can. There's so many things that can resurface.
What kissing? Oh,
I have a lot of time now.
That's still around.
To do those things.
Yeah, we can get real crafty.
Because I'll make the time. Because it makes me
giggle. And if it makes you giggle, then it's worth your time, correct?
But yeah, but in all seriousness, so we've started holiday sales at Dave and Adams. There will be, if you know us, there's going to be sales before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. There'll be some form of holiday sales in December as well, but this is the time that you really got to start paying attention to the website.
Yeah.
Some of those deals we did grab, so you have them for late nights.
Can you give an idea of what'd you grab for me that's going to be on the shelves tonight? Do you remember?
Yes. Bowman's Best Baseball and Bowman's Best Baseball 2014 Bowman Chrome and 16 Optics are all a part of the sale.
Oh, really?
Revolution Basketball, High Tech Football, Donruss, 16 Donruss Football. I think that's everything I grabbed for now. And then also the Hit Parade Funko Pop Mysteries. Those are part of it. Those
really?
are on sale.
That's awesome.
And the Hit Parade Comics Signature Edition
Cool.
are part of the sale. So those are all part of the sale. There's many more, but a lot of them have sold, or there's not a lot left.
Yeah, it's popular. You got to get in there
some
quick.
Some of it's retail product, and I didn't bring any in, but if anyone does want any retail, we have a lot of retail product at really great prices.
Mm-hmm.
So we could definitely bring some of that in. I just didn't do that yet.
And during the day when the warehouse is all open to everybody, you can order these retail stuffs. We'll rip that. We'll rip anything you want.
Honestly, the one thing that I would love to see from the podcast, the feedback is great, negative or positive. I don't care either way. But one thing I really like to see is people telling us what they want us to have when the warehouse closes.
Please,
because the warehouse closes at 5 o'clock, and it's crapshoot. I do my best to pick stuff up. We do our best to try to find what people want, but it does make it kind of difficult that we have a warehouse full of stuff because there's so many options.
Sure.
If we only had 10 options, it'd be easy. That's all we have is these 10 things. There's so many different things. So if we get the feedback from people like, hey, I wish you had this or that, or price ranges even. Give me a price. Like, you want stuff under $20. I don't have a lot of that stuff because that's the retail stuff. If you're looking for cheaper rips, inexpensive, we'll make sure we have more of it back here. So that's one thing I would love to gain from continued podcasting.
Yeah, hopefully we keep the discussion going, and even though we record it, maybe next week we'll stay live during it just to see if anybody kind of we're definitely gonna publish it.
See it. I figure you do a little blog up on it, even if it's like 3 words. It doesn't even have to be very long. Like, hey, check it out. This is our podcast.
Right. I don't want to. Exactly. Just a little bit, and you don't want to.
That's it. That's what I gotta say.
Because
it should be like a 3-sentence spot, like a 3 blog, just saying this is what's happening. So I mean that's.
Yeah. See, we sort of have a script in here, but at the same time, Sean and I kind of, and Alex if he's into it, we kind of like to go off the script and just kind of talk about whatever comes to mind.
I'm always going off script.
He's always off script. And that's why we're trying to give you an idea of kind of, what we're trying to do in the future, because we've been a lot of talk about it, and now we're finally actually doing something about it.
That's right.
And that's huge.
Can't get it done unless you try.
No, I don't know. So it came out earlier this week, but obviously we haven't gotten a chance to talk till now. But the NFL last weekend looked like the WWE.
It happened.
There was 3 separate occasions there was a fight?
Dude, Jalen Ramsey was just running his mouth, and AJ Green wasn't having it. He was just done. He just took him out.
So it's funny.
You gotta talk closer to the mic.
He was done with his nonsense.
There we go.
And
he took him down.
And it's funny you bring that up because I noticed that neither one of them got suspended, or was there a fine? What was there?
They got tossed.
Sure, they got tossed, but Mike Evans.
Well, Mike Evans didn't get tossed. I'm just saying, they lost a game.
So that's what you're saying is that Mike Evans was able to stay in that game, and he got suspended. So you're saying it justifies that they got tossed from their game?
You can't have him do that and not be somewhat held accountable.
I don't think they have any idea.
Well, that's fair.
I think they're just making it up as they go along.
Well, that's also somewhat true, but
there's no set parameters. They're just it's how they feel. Yeah, okay, let's give him a game. We won't give them a game. I mean, it's one or the other. You start a fight, regardless if you get kicked out, you lose the next game. If you don't get kicked out, well, that's on the refs, and they better learn that they should have ejected you. But if you throw a punch, it should be an ejection in a game. If you wanna curb this type of stuff,
Yeah.
no arbitration. It's ejection in a game. You throw a punch, it should be easy. There shouldn't be any like.
That's
yes or no.
right.
You throw a punch, you should be ejected, and then you lose a game. If you don't get ejected, then that's when the refs need to be put on blast as well.
Right, and it definitely, that's what I'm saying. It's definitely one of those things that I don't think there is gray area. It's right and wrong.
Right.
Obviously
but I bet you the rules are written.
Oh,
which
sure.
is probably what you were alluding to, Alex. It's not. There isn't a
concise
right.
There's one answer to it, right?
Which I guess if that's how they're going to do it, then fine. They did what they did within the rules. It's just weird.
I mean, I understand that, like Mike Evans, you watch his incident where the guy's back was turned to him and he was pretty defenseless, whereas Jalen Ramsey and AJ Green were face to face.
If that's the case, though, if that's the case, you're just letting your players know. Listen, if you're going to do it, wait till the fourth quarter. They'll kick you out and you won't get kicked out another game.
Right.
Is there a limit on like if you get ejected in the fourth quarter? Can you then say, well, I got ejected, so you can't ban me from a game?
Right.
I don't know.
The NFL's just screwy.
It's still the best sport in the world, though. So
it's fun. It's funny because I feel like you're strongly against a lot of it, or just what's going on in general.
Yeah, but
I
don't even care.
Right.
It's football. I could care less what they do or don't do. As long as I can watch football.
I don't know.
I tune in to watch them play football. It's not much different than I go to watch a movie or I watch TV for that. You do what you want before and after. I don't care. Just play football.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
They could literally stand on their heads before the game. As long as after they do that, they play football. I can care less before or after the game. Doesn't really affect me or bother me.
Do you have an issue with the quality of the product they're putting out? I feel like this year I don't know. This year it's been okay.
Well, see, here's the thing. You find this happens a lot with basketball, where they say, "Oh, it was better in the past. Oh, it was better in the past. Oh, the quality was better. Oh, the quality stinks now. It's terrible now." And then 5 years from now, people are going to be like, "Oh, it's terrible now. It was better 5 years ago." That same 5 years ago when you said it was terrible, like a lot of people like to look in the past and say, "Oh, it was better then than it was now." So I don't know how much. I mean, I don't think the players are prepared like they were because the college game is so much different from the NFL now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I get it. Yeah, there are going to be games that are bad. The other thing too is there are more games, quote unquote, on prime time. That if two teams have an off day, now there's more of a chance there's going to be more eyes watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Where before there wasn't, or you weren't putting your. That's the funny thing. They do the Thursday night game, so everybody gets a chance to be on prime time. And then when a team goes on prime time and they play that game, they're like, well, that's why they're never on prime time. Well, maybe if everyone had more games, people would become more familiar with them, and then maybe people would like more teams.
So
or you
you're
get the reverse effect. You have a guy that has an amazing game on Thursday night, and everyone's like, oh, he's amazing. He's having the greatest year ever. Did you watch all his games? Because
right.
The body of his work might be garbage, but they had a great game on national television, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's amazing." It goes both ways.
So yeah, so I mean, you're not one way or the other per se. You kind of. It sounds like you're just kind of playing devil's advocate, and you can see both sides.
See, the thing is, I did watch football every single night.
Mm-hmm. If you could,
if they put a game on if they put NFL on every single night, I'd put it on.
So you're more
good for the quality of the game. No, they probably shouldn't have Thursday night games.
Right,
you're probably not good for the chances of having quality games played.
Yeah, you're taking it from the consumer point of view, where you're just like, man, I love football.
But
put a game on every day.
I grew up in a football house.
You did. You're a very football heavy background.
I had no offense. Don't have any real care to baseball or hockey, but that stuff is on a lot more. So if you are a fan of that, you get it all the time.
Sure.
It's on during the week. you could see your favorite team play multiple times. You could, and even in basketball or football, you get one time, and sometimes you don't even get to. If your favorite team is on the East Coast, you live on the West Coast, unless you have some special package, you're not going to see them. So,
right.
There's less exposure of all the teams.
Mm-hmm. I
then things just become. I think the NFL, people's perceptions becomes the reality.
Yeah.
So if you listen to someone and they say, granted, some teams are terrible. Like the Browns are terrible.
Niners are terrible.
It's funny though because they're terrible, but the Browns are actually, I don't know, at least showing they're terrible, but at least but some of those wasn't it like some of those games or a lot of the games they've only lost
close,
by 3 points.
But they're terrible. But they are.
They're terrible, but at least
but
you're.
If you watched every single game, maybe if you were able to see more of their games, you might be like, all right, so they lost 8 of them, 7 of them were by 3 points.
Right. So they're bad.
But you don't get that in the NFL. You don't get that type of exposure to every team. But
see, I'm okay with Thursday and Sunday because to me it's one of those things where I understand your point of view where it's like, I wish it was more sporadically throughout the week so I could watch football every night. But for me it's one of those things where it's like it's Sunday. I know what I'm doing. It's something you have to look forward to.
Yeah, I wouldn't take away Sunday or Monday, but the Thursday games have definitely not worked how they thought they were going to work. But I think part of that is because if you put the Bills and the Jets have played on Thursday night 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. That's not helping. That's not like you're putting the Cowboys and the Patriots every year because they have brand recognition and you're going to play them every Thursday, which they don't play every year. I get it.
Right.
But logistics aside, it's not like you're taking those two teams and playing them every year. It's not like you're playing when you had Manning and Brady and you're like, all right, you know what? We're gonna every time they play their Thursday night regardless. Mm-hmm. There's no reason to play the Bills and the Jets on Thursday night every single year. Like that doesn't help because what you get is if someone's like, I saw this last year. If you're not going to get anybody new watching a game when it's the same two teams playing. You need to mix it up a little bit. I think would help if you're trying to grab people who don't normally watch football because it's on a Thursday. Give them some odd combinations. I don't know. Just having the same two teams play every year, I don't think is a great. Unless there was a purpose to it. Like if the Jets and the Bills were in the playoffs every single year and there was a meaning behind it, I get it. But there is really not, outside of them being in the same division, there's no point in showing them and showcasing that game.
I could agree with it. Yeah, I understand. It's got to have the game.
You could have put a New England Bills game on Thursday.
Sure.
You could have put a Bills Miami if they wanted to keep it a division game.
Yeah, the game's got to have some clout to it. It's got to have something
different. Like, all right, this year we're gonna have Bills in Miami. This year we're gonna do Bills in Atlanta on Thursday night.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I get it. You've seen this movie before. One of those type of things. That's fair. So I thought this was interesting, and I know you're kind of you're a Madden guy, and I know you like NBA too. I don't know. I found this interesting. I guess today reports came out that the EA Entertainment, EA Sports, maker of your favorite sports games, the CEO actually came out saying that he could actually see in the near future, like sooner rather than later, games like Madden and FIFA actually going to a more you buy one game and then from then on it's more of just a subscription base and it just has updates instead of buying a physical copy every single season, almost like not having a Madden, not having a FIFA 19 come out. I just thought that what do you guys think about that?
Probably not a bad idea. They're probably going to charge you the same amount for the update. It's just that you don't have to go in to GameStop or whatever and buy the whole new copy and then trade in your old copy for $3 or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but those probably maybe rather than like $59.95, they're like, oh yeah, $49.95 for the
make it seem like you're getting a deal.
2017 update. Yeah, that stuff.
Do you feel like if they were to take that away, like I don't know if you guys ever did this, but like, do you feel like part of your childhood would be missing because like I feel like that's a big thing for everybody is the midnight releases.
Yeah,
Like, hey, let's go wait out in line with our friends and get this copy of this
do
game.
They still do that for sports games?
I think they do for Madden.
I know Call of Duty. I know those type of games get the big lines. It would have to be something that they look into. It would depend on. It would depend on how they would implement it. Because does that mean you're just going to be like, what kind of updates are you going to get every year to? So you're going to have a graphics overhaul. Then you're going to have.
I'm assuming, yeah.
So it's almost like a digital download. Like, well, I don't know what the difference. I would need to know what the difference is between just digitally buying your Madden copy and downloading it every year, as opposed to having a subscription. Because a subscription almost makes it sound like, are they going to be like, well, it's going to be $100 a year and you'll get everything, and then every year you just renew it.
Right.
Which means, are they going to try to get more money out of it? And
Yeah.
make it sound like it just depends on how you're gonna do it. Because right now you can digitally download Madden every single year and never go to the store.
That's a good point. They definitely do that with every game now.
With every game. So I don't know. Are they still going to have physical copies along with it? Is it just going to be like a bare bones physical copy? Not as It just depends, because it'd be different if they didn't have digital downloads and all of a sudden they were going to do it digitally. But I would have some questions I'd want answered. What is the difference?
And I feel like he kind of. I feel like it was almost just a statement to get people talking, just like we're talking right now.
That's smart business, because then you want to hear the feedback.
But I like the idea too. I like the thought of just. The only problem I would have is like, all right, you want the new game, you want the new updates. How everybody's gonna probably try to subscribe and download the new editions all at once. How long is that gonna take you?
That's true.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's definitely something you got to look at too. Oh, we might have to move that one, huh?
Yeah, we are.
All right, cool.
Later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, real quick, Bowman HTA, 8 spots left. It was supposed to go at 3:30.
We're not streaming live, so it's not.
I know, but still, like if we post it if I post it right after.
That's true.
So.
You're smart.
See, I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Sometimes. But what do we got? What? Go ahead. What were you gonna say? Did you have something?
Well, we were talking about Madden, so I was gonna say with I want to see someone buy some Phoenix tonight.
You're a genius, because I was literally gonna turn around and be like, "Well, what do we got on the wall over there?"
Yeah, I mean, no. So, Phoenix football, you get 2 kickoff packs. There's some cool.
And those kickoff packs are nice. I pulled Allen Robinson. I think it was the New Era cap card. It was like out of 5. It's ridiculous.
Prism has one. If you buy Prism football, that has 1 kickoff pack in it.
Yeah.
And then we got the cuts, where you get a chance to get a cut.
Yeah.
Talking football. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, all our
Throwing it out there.
pretty much all 2017 football. So obviously Kareem Hunt, Deshaun Watson, Trubisky, guys like that. Zay Jones, Nathan Peterman. But I think it looks like we got 15 high tech too, so that's a lot of fun. People love to rip that high tech football.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of upset that cutout you got wasn't Sandra Oh. I thought we pulled the Grey's Anatomy auto. I really did. I know we're way past this, but it's bothering me that it wasn't Sandra Oh. It wasn't. It is. I thought we had a Christina Yang auto in the house, and
Yang.
Unfortunately, it's the Japanese Babe Ruth.
The fact that you just said unfortunately, it's the Japanese Babe Ruth.
Well, I just said I'm not that into baseball. So
I know.
That's
Sandra
that. What
Oh.
is that? I would love to see the feedback on that. Like, Grey's Anatomy is higher on my list of watch lists than baseball.
People may excommunicate you from.
That's okay. That's fine.
You're all right with not having the popular?
Excommunicate. I should have let you finish. From what? Excommunicate me from what?
The
world. How does that work?
the breaker world.
I dare you.
Oh, that's a challenge, my friends. I don't
Dare
know.
you. And then you know what? If that happened, hold on, Alex. You're on the cord. You're on my mic cord.
There you go. Good roll over.
Well, then you're just stuck with Alex and Troy.
That's not the worst thing.
Is it not the worst thing?
I think it's pretty cool.
It could be.
Especially if I'm
Good
here.
job, 87%.
Mhm.
Good job.
It could be worse.
I think
Did
I
you
got
get
it.
above the average?
Way above the average.
All right, shout out Sporkle again.
Yeah.
Our sponsor.
This just keeps me on my
What's
edge.
our next topic?
Hey, I was gonna say next topic. I had
Delete.
Matt Hardy. Delete.
Delete. Is this what I think it is? Go ahead, say it, and then I'll tell you. How
No,
I
the
feel
one
about
I
it.
the one I was gonna talk about is that you and I on the greatest conversation that no one will ever hear podcast. We talked about the Ball family.
Oh boy.
That's why it didn't work.
Why?
So
Why do we have to talk about that?
big. No, this is news.
Delete.
Yeah, delete basically.
Delete.
Sean and I had a
Give
pretty.
this guy the time of day. Go ahead.
We'll do it real quick.
No, because it's bad news, so it's cool.
It's right, exactly. That's why it's okay.
Terrible.
Also, Lonzo got what? Who blocked him yesterday? Marcus Smart.
It doesn't matter. He can't. He's playing terrible. So continue.
Yeah. So, as if LeVar wasn't worrying already about the way Lonzo's playing, how about LiAngelo, who is the middle one, who I think is just kind of. That's how I describe him, literally as a fart
That's
noise.
terrible.
Wow,
That's kind of strong and pungent at the same time.
Well, I mean,
No, go ahead. Keep going.
if LiAngelo is a fart, LeVar is diarrhea to me.
Wow. Okay. This is fun. This is weird.
I'm just if we're talking.
All right. This is it. All right. This is it. Yeah.
So
It's bad.
he went over there with you. He's at UCLA, right? He. I think all of them are gonna go there. They went over to China. Not sure what the reason was. I don't know if they were just playing exhibition games.
They have an agreement to play college basketball games over there. So
All
this is just part of the NCAA. What they have an working agreement, so they do games there. Yeah. So what not to do?
What not to do is
Don't do what he did.
what not to do is get caught stealing, shoplifting
Well, actually,
in China.
Don't steal.
Well, don't steal all. Don't steal.
I like
To
your
begin with.
your advice. All right, listen, son. Just don't get caught.
In
'Cause
China.
If you do, it's wrong. Dad, what if I don't get caught? Well, then you're smart, son, and I'll buy you a cookie. That's what he just said. Don't get caught. Not don't do it. Just don't get caught. Okay. Dad of the Year award. You're not even a dad.
I was gonna say I'm 24, so
That actually is the
To
worst
me
thing.
is-
That's the worst thing. Do you have a son? I'm 24, so I don't. You realize that's not how it works.
well, what I meant by 24 is
Okay.
I'm injecting an all-encompassing thing into 24, meaning I can't take care of myself. So if I had somebody else, like somebody
Wow.
like my roommate was like, "Let's get a dog." I'm like, "We can barely take care of ourselves, and you want to try to get a dog and take care of it?"
I'll tell you what. I will
Absurd.
take this conversation on a tangent just to not talk about LeVar Ball.
Okay, just real quick. Kid got caught stealing in China with a couple of his buddies, a couple of his teammates.
Yeah.
They are allegedly now banned from China and possibly going under house arrest. And your friend, and I say that sarcastically, LeVar Ball, basically in so many words said, it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, it's not the end of the world. Calm down. You guys are making this to be out like this international crisis.
I only do that because they put themselves in this position.
Well, I
the Ball
guess
family
so.
put themselves in this
No,
position.
here's the thing. This is what. It's a great teachable moment for every other parent if they do it the right way. You literally doesn't matter who you are. You're not above the law.
Absolutely.
You may act and say and do all these things. It didn't need to happen. That's the biggest takeaway. You don't need to do what you've just done. First of all, if I'm to believe everything LeVar Ball says, they're so rich, I don't know why he didn't just buy what he had.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
I mean, if they have that much money and Dad will do whatever, that's the first thing that always bothers me.
Mhm.
And second of all, I want to say Lonzo's probably a good guy considering considering what he's got to deal with. it's just extra. Not only does he get not only does Lonzo Ball have to deal with being like the greatest thing ever for the Lakers on top of his dad. Now he's got to answer questions about his little brother being an idiot. Like it's just things you shouldn't do any of that regardless who you are.
Right.
But when you have certain positions, or when you are put in certain positions because of your family name, you have a greater responsibility.
Absolutely. And don't think about yourself like that. And actually, I do side with Lonzo on this one, that kid is probably... You can't say that this cannot contribute at all, because it has to. He has so much on his mind with his dad. Now that you know what I mean? He's just got so much.
It is a big deal. You first of all, if you don't know the law, you need to know the laws of where you are, because they're a lot different on shoplifting than they are here.
Right.
Second of all, you're over there representing your country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
and a school, and your school. Yeah.
Not only your name, your school, your country. You just don't do it. There's just not a place for it. It should never happen.
No.
And now that it did, whatever the punishment is, it should be pretty harsh. It should be. There should be no way around it. If it's taken lightly, then it's a missed opportunity for everybody involved. If they just get a slap on the wrist and they make it disappear and it just becomes nothing, then you've just set the precedent for it to be nothing for whoever else does it. So that's all I'm saying. Don't miss the boat on this.
Unfortunately, that's where I feel like it's gonna go, though.
It probably will. It happens all the
time. So tonight, though, late night lounge, we got some basketball too. Obviously, basketball it does pretty well in the late night lounge. A lot of guys like to get after that. But I think we put some. Did you put some 12-13 in here? Which is, I think, right? That Elite is 12-13. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure it is.
And then that Timeless Treasures tins, I believe, are 12-13 as well.
So you got the new hoops.
Yeah, new hoops. So guys like Lonzo, Fultz, Tatum, De'Aaron Fox.
I don't know how much time we got left, but all right. So we got all the major sports in the lounge for people to buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also have the hit parade, which makes sense. The hit parade's our thing, so hit parade's here.
Duh.
But the other thing that we have is the non-sport stuff, which is my favorite thing to open. Even though I don't do the lounge, when you open it, Troy, I usually get to see it in the morning.
This is true, so you have something to look forward to when you come in.
And I'm happy in the morning. It's good for everybody.
I'm here
by myself for a while, so
so you're happy regardless.
I'm just happy talking to myself.
Because he just puts on his EDM
anyways,
and.
So check it out. We got the Heritage, Then and Now Wrestling, and we also have the 8x10s.
Oh, I want somebody to open those 8x10s so bad.
Then we have Marvel Premiere, which has been hot of late. We got the Spider-Man Homecoming boxes. The price has gone down on those. I know it doesn't have Spider-Man. Tom Holland, I think is the actor's name.
Tom Holland, yeah.
Michael Keaton did sign, though.
Okay.
And I know Alex appreciates this. Hannibal Buress signed as well.
Hannibal Buress.
What part is he playing? I haven't seen Homecoming. He's in it?
Yeah,
he's the gym teacher.
He's
the
got
gym
like a
teacher.
tiny, he has a small part. It's pretty funny.
I love Hannibal Buress.
He's in it.
Also, what's her face? Zidania, right? Too? Did she sign?
She might have.
No, not her. No, she. I don't think she did. The other girl, the Michael Keaton's daughter, I think did though.
Oh, okay.
Also,
yeah.
who's on?
Americana is in here, and let me just tell you, Bradley Cooper signed. That's right, the Bradley Cooper who was the star of Alias. Yeah,
the Bradley Cooper.
The Bradley
Alias.
Cooper.
You mean Jennifer Grant?
Yeah, he was on that show.
Was he really?
Who am I working with?
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah, he should know that stuff.
Also, can I say the star of Stop or My Mom Will Shoot is also on there. Sylvester Stallone, he signed in it.
Cliffhanger.
What about
the star of Cliffhanger?
What about the Hulkster? The Hulkster.
Yeah.
Jericho's in there.
Yeah,
Hulkster.
Jericho, yeah. There's the girl from That 70s Show, Laura Pepper or something like that.
Yeah.
Orange is the New Black, she signed.
Coolio. Bismarcky.
Yeah, he did.
DJ Cool.
Steve Urkel signed.
Kevin Hart.
Or Stephen Marco.
Or Jamal.
No, it's It's Urkel.
Yeah.
Never
Jamel
really-
White.
What was it? No, what was his alter ego when he used to go into the
Stefan
machine?
Urkel.
Stefan, that's what. Okay.
Stefan Urkel. That's his name. He doesn't have a real name. That's his name. You
That's
never
his
see Jaleel White. You just call him Urkel. He loves it.
Oh.
We also got. We were talking about new releases. We failed to mention Star Wars Masterpiece. Masterworks.
Masterworks.
It's
That-
in
that's
here.
true.
We got it. There's boxes of it back here. So if you're a Star Wars fan, buy it.
Honestly, people have to be because what? Few weeks. Last Jedi is coming out, isn't
I'm
it?
pretty sure you just have to be a Star Wars fan because.
In general, yeah. But I'm saying the hype around it will be even more because Last Jedi is about to come out.
Yeah, we can have that. We can
That's
talk
all I'm
about
saying.
that in another podcast.
Oh, we can? He's directing the podcast now.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to talk. We're having a podcast right now, but he doesn't want to talk.
But he's saying the next one. He'll the next one.
I don't want to just go off on Star Wars right now. I gotta get going.
Yeah.
You have to get mentally
Oh, you
prepared.
have to go?
Yeah.
Where?
He's got to go up front.
I gotta go.
All right.
Are you gonna leave?
Yeah, I gotta leave. Sorry.
All right. I
see
think
you
on
later.
that note, I think we'll wrap it up though.
Oh.
Or do you wanna keep talking?
No, that's fine. I mean, he's been carrying the whole podcast. So I don't know where we would go after him leaving.
Are your shoulders hurting? Alex's shoulders must be hurting from all that weight he was carrying.
There's so many things I want to say right now that I can't because we want to publish this.
Yeah, this
Like,
has
I
to
literally
be.
just thought of like 18 of the top-notch things that you could say on a non-work related podcast that would make this the greatest thing that's ever happened.
One of these days.
All I can say is Shaka Khan.
Rufus
I'm
and
gonna
Shaka
leave
Khan?
you with Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
High fives and Shaka Khan.
You know what though? Real quick, you were talking about that 8x10 wrestling. I did want to bring up a topic. Was it last night or the night before? Was ESPN had the Ric Flair 30 for 30? I didn't get a chance.
I didn't
Are you a
watch it.
Ric Flair guy though?
No.
You're not. You're
I'm
more.
I'm not a Ric Flair guy.
Okay.
I just, I did. Side note, high five to myself. Interview him once for Nickel City Con.
Jealous.
Just saying.
Wait, I got Jake the Snake. It's not Ric Flair, but it's a decent runner-up.
Is that the only one you did?
I did the Blue
Jake's-
Power Ranger,
yeah.
but he pretty much just he knew what he was doing.
I interviewed Ric Flair.
Whatever. I want to watch that 30 for 30 though. I heard good reviews on it.
I have too. I have heard things that were good.
I watched the XFL one. I'll watch any Vince McMahon related one.
That's funny. I don't watch any 30 for 30s.
Just not a fan of the series, or just don't have time.
Yeah. If I told
Both?
you the things I watched, not instead of 30 for 30, I mean, I got a list.
I
watch Ancient Aliens.
I have an
I
idea.
watch
Is that the guy?
Destination
Is that the guy with the
Truth.
crazy
Yeah,
hair?
Yeah.
Ah.
Giorgio Tsoukalos. I want to get his autograph and meet him. They have an Alien Con in California. If it was closer, I would go, but it's not. I've researched. I've also been asking for them to bring them to Nickel City, but I'd have to fly. I'd go get him, and a flying saucer. I would get him if I could. I want to meet him. That's a great show. Expedition Unknown. Josh Gates. I watched that.
Something Sean watches besides 30 for 30. Clean House with Niecy Nash.
Oh my god. Who wants Clean House? Clean House is great. I can't even find episodes of that. But I do watch like My Caribbean Life or like Waterfront Beach Homes, Lakeside Cheap Show. It's on HGTV. You watch people.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Like House Hunters International.
Yeah, you're an HGTV guy.
Bizarre Foods. That's a great
Okay,
show.
I can agree with that.
Ghost
Amazing.
Hunter. Not Ghost Hunters. Not anymore. Ghost Adventures.
Do you like diners, drive-ins, and dives?
No. Who hosts that? Don't tell me it's that guy.
It's that guy.
Oh,
It's Guy Fieri.
Guy. Oh. Ugh.
Oh, what? I'm glad you spit all over my mic, by the way.
Guy Fieri.
Dude,
I can't stand him, dude. He looks like that guy that was a starting quarterback in like 2000, who who's kind of good, and then just kept bleaching his hair and acts. I can't stand him. Like, if he was in here right now, I would shake his hand and be like, "You're successful." I can't stand you, though. I don't, like... There's some people I can't stand. At least I could look him in the eye. Better than
who? Please tell me. Oh, Doug Flutie? He's just taking shots.
But no, I can't stand Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri, whatever his name is. Guy, is it Fieri?
I think it's Fieri.
I can't stand him. He looked like...
Yeah, but I get it. I get it. But his show, though, I've visited some of the places he suggested, and I've found great food.
I'm sure he looks...
You're saying that's not the issue.
He looks like a guy...
You're saying it's him looking like...
No, it's just him. It's him. It's everything about
It's him looking and being like a guy who grew up and listened to...
Smash.
Or I was going to say like Sum 41.
Yeah.
And just never grew out of it.
But I like Sum 41. I don't like Guy Fieri.
But you like Smash Mouth.
Dude, who doesn't like Smash Mouth?
Have you listened?
You should stop.
Pete and I actually suffered through a whole Smash Mouth album once in the back.
Well, I'm gonna
we made ourselves listen to the whole thing.
First of all, no one suffers through.
Are you sure?
Anyways, no, I don't like it. You know who I do like? Who's eccentric and way over the top? Billy the Exterminator. Love him.
Billy the Exterminator.
Dude,
do I know him?
Billy
on the Street?
No, he has a show called Billy the Exterminator, which oddly enough is a spin-off from Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe, because he was on an episode of that and then got his own show. It's a great show. It's amazing. He has... the microphone wouldn't even pick up the amazingness that is Billy the Exterminator.
I think next week I've already decided that we're going to do like your top...
Oh,
you could go on forever. So we're going to do like your top 5 just weird shows.
I'll stop right here, and we could literally spend an hour on the things that I watch.
Probably. Literally.
And I tell you, I have no time, and the time that I do have is
you're spent doing you're spent watching that. And you want to know why I knew you watch weird stuff? Because you literally just said, "Oh, you mean the actor from Stop or My Mom Will Shoot." That's how I knew.
Yeah.
I've never even I didn't even know that was a Stallone movie.
That's Golden Girls.
I know Estelle Getty.
On just Golden Girls.
See, you gotta you love this talk, so we gotta like bottle this up, and every week we're gonna arrange it. We can talk about Golden Girls for an hour.
Over the place.
Estelle Getty was great in Mannequin.
My mind, I hear a thing and then I go over here.
I know. I'm surprised you're not chasing like flies as we're talking.
Estelle Getty gets me to Betty White.
6 Degrees.
Betty White gets me to my happy place. So.
On that note, I definitely think we're gonna hang it up there. Oh my goodness, guys! Though seriously, I don't know. This might top last week's conversation. Thank you for tuning in to the Unnamed podcast. I was thinking about what about like Unwrapped, but isn't that already like a Food Network shirt?
You're just gonna call it the Unnamed podcast? Is that it's got to be taken?
It's got to be taken. But is like I said, what about Unwrapped? Like we rip packs, we unwrap.
We could see.
Is Unwrapped already like a Food Network show though, or something? Be. I'm gonna look it up.
We could just Unwrap live.
Unwrapped, unplugged.
Put DACW in front of it. No one's got that.
No, that's true. We could. Yeah, that's definitely like our thing. That's a copyright, right?
I'd probably somewhere. I don't know how these things work.
We didn't have any intro music this week, by the way, too. We got to work on that. We used the 8-bit last week.
Oh.
We'll do it again.
I could play some dubstep. That stuff's got good.
I could do that with my mouth. It's fine.
No, you can't. Right, I'm out. See you later.
All right, guys. Hey, on that note, be sure to follow us on Twitter at DACW Live Breaks. If you have any questions for us, email us at boxbreaks@dacardworld.com. Find us streaming on Facebook Live /DACardworld, breakers.tv/DACW Live. And we're going to bring you the best breaks we can, and we're going to bring you more of these podcasts. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.